Today I'm going to be testing out the Dyson Airstrait. This is a wet to dry hair straightener, meaning you can dry and style your hair at the same time. And get this, there's no hot plates. Instead, it uses powerful airflow. What? Your girl is back with Tina Tries It, and I finally got my hands on the Dyson Airstrait. Now this launched last year to the US market, so I couldn't get my hands on one until now because it's available in Southeast Asia. Like finally. Inside the box, you get the Dyson Airstrait and a little velvet heat pad right here. If you haven't seen the Dyson Airstrait, then it's basically like a 2-in-1 hairstyling tool. It's pretty cool. Instead of using hot plates, it uses high pressure air to straighten and dry your hair at the same time. It has 2 styling modes, wet and dry, so I'm going to be testing out both modes today. I've wet my hair, it is towel dried, and I'm ready to give the Airstrait a go. So I'm going to turn it on. So first it does a quick cleaning mode, and then I can select the styling mode, which is going to be wet. And the temperature, let's do it at the highest at 140. And now I need to pre-dry my roots. So I can just like close this. And can you hear how it gets more powerful? Oh, it stopped. Oh, this is the idle mode. So if you put it down, it will stop after a while. So I'm just gonna clamp it and then flick that up and then just dry my roots. Not gonna lie, it's kind of hard drying all of my roots without drying the ends, so I think I'm just gonna do it in sections. Okay, my hair was dripping wet, but it is like halfway dry with that one pass. You just gotta go quite slow and steady with it. 2 passes and it's looking really good. I'm gonna try to do a little curl at the end, a little J curl. Oh, okay. You can achieve a little curl on the ends. I'm liking the results, guys. It's giving me soft, shiny hair. Now I wanna see if I can create some root volume. You know me, I like some root lift. So I'm gonna try to dry my roots this way in the opposite direction. I'm seeing some volume. The results speak for itself. It gives me that natural straight style, and you can also, do what I did and create some shape and dimension at the ends. A little trick for creating volume is to just section the top bit and blow dry your roots the opposite end. That will give you a little bit of root lift. And then when you're working with the top section, instead of going straight down, you kind of bring the hair up and over. And that's how I was able to get this natural volume without teasing my hair. I will say though, every time I picked it up, I had to make sure I'm holding it correctly. But with something like a straightener, it's pretty much like you just straighten and go. You don't have to really worry about how you're holding the hair tool because it's got hot plates. Now I still want to do a couple more tests, test it on dry mode, and then use it for the rest of the week to see how I feel, and then I'll be able to tell you some pros and cons. Now since we're on the topic of hairstyling, I want to mention a different type of hairstyling on your face. Your brow hairs. If you're looking to transform your brows this year, making them look fuller and giving them a little lift, then you should definitely check out my Perky Perm Brow Lamination Kit. I selfishly designed this for myself because I love the look of brushed up full brows, but my brows naturally grow downwards. This is a very easy to use kit that will save you time and money. You don't have to visit the salons because you can DIY brow lamination at home. This baby is available on Koreal.com, and you guys can use my code TINA20 to get 20% off. I'll leave the link for you guys below. Now let's see how it performs on dry hair. So for this, I'm going to switch it to dry mode and then select my temperature. I'll pop it to boost. I have a pretty big section here. I wonder if it can handle this. Okay, that's one pass, guys. So far, it's doing pretty well. I only need one pass, provided that it's slow and steady. And my hair feels so soft, guys. It feels so soft. I'm going to quickly finish this side, and then on the other half of my hair, I'm going to try out the Corel straightener to see how it compares. It's done a pretty good job, guys. Now, one thing to note about dry mode is that it does use a slightly higher temperature because the hair is dry, but it also still claims that it doesn't cause heat damage. I want to weigh this because one of my pet peeves is the weight of the Corel. Like, it's heavy. Alfred's getting me a scale. Thank you, assistant. And when I put it on, it's 522 grams. The Corel is 564 grams. The Corel does feel a little bit heavier, but I just weighed just this piece, not the whole cord and everything. So just comparing the two, I feel like this one feels a little bit more comfortable already. For the Corel, I'm setting the temperature to 185, which is what I normally use. Why does it feel so long? Are you heating up, buddy? I don't know why, but that took like forever because with the Dyson Airstrait, you don't need to wait for it to heat up. It just goes when you're ready. One pass, guys, and I didn't go as slow as the Airstrait. Can you guys see the difference? I feel like it's quite minor, but like, through touch and feel, this side where I use the Corel feels a lot smoother. It feels silky straight. You can kind of see with the fringe. The fringe, it's super pin straight on this side. Whereas this side, it's still like straight, but it's got like a slight curve or puffiness. It's just not as like flat, if you know what I mean. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I also feel like this side looks shinier with the straightener. This side is shiny too, but not as shiny compared to this side. I continued testing out the Dyson Airstrait for the rest of the week, and here are my pros and cons as well as my final thoughts. The Airstrait simplified my hair routine by combining drying and straightening in one easy step. It also cut down the time I spent styling my hair. When I dried my hair with the Supersonic and then used my Corel to straighten, it took about 15 minutes to go from damp hair to straight silky hair. But with the Airstrait, it took me only 11 minutes. And I have medium thick long hair, so it is definitely faster than my old method. Another thing I noticed about the Airstrait is that it doesn't feel hot when I hold it right up to my roots, and it doesn't cause any kinks or demarcation lines like a traditional straightener with hot plates would. Another pro is that because I'm working with wet hair, it doesn't require extreme temperatures to straighten my hair. So with the Dyson Airstrait, it doesn't cause heat damage. I also didn't find that my hair sizzled or steamed up like how it would if I used a regular straightener. The results the hair tool gave me was quite nice. My hair was very soft, smooth, and not super flat. Now, the plug on this machine does have a built-in circuit breaker in case your power trips, so this is a pro, but also I found it was kind of a con for me. The plug is just so big, it didn't fit into the sockets in the two areas where I would normally do my hair. It wasn't a huge issue, I just had to use a power board to plug it into. Another con is that you cannot curl your hair using the Airstrait like how you would with regular straighteners, but you can do a decent J/C curl. Now, if you're after that super silky pin straight flat hair look, then a con would be that you can't achieve this with the Airstrait. It only gives you a natural straight style. It doesn't press the ends of your hair in like a straightener would, so if you have a lot of layers, the results might not look as smooth smooth as when using a straightener. I found that an easy fix for me was to use a little bit of hair oil to tame my ends. Another thing you should note before buying this is that regular cleaning is required. The filter can be removed and it's recommended to be cleaned once a month. And if you're someone that uses a lot of hair products when styling your hair, it can build up on the side of the machine, so those parts can actually come off so you can clean it to maintain your device. My final thoughts on the Airstrait is that I can see myself reaching for this over my supersonic hair dryer, especially as an everyday styling tool. I enjoyed using the Airstrait and I really like the results it gave me, and not to mention the fact that it actually saves me time and doesn't damage my hair. I'm pretty sold on it, but will it replace my Corel straightener or my Airwrap? Probably not, as it can't create different curls like those tools can. As for the high price tag, it would be worth it for someone who straightens their hair on the regular and is concerned about preserving their hair health, as the Airstrait doesn't use extreme heat. If you guys want to check out more Tina Tries It episodes, click the video on screen and do me a huge favor and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so I can keep bringing you new videos each week. That's it from me.